Alright, Nasty Nathanial here with Brian Sumner.
What's
and
up?
We just came back from Valley State Prison over in Chowchilla. We made it safely back to Fresno without being arrested or detained or any of that great stuff. So why don't I let my fellow cop blocker here, Brian, tell you a little bit about what happened tonight. Brian?
So we drove out to Chowchilla from Fresno to take some night photos of the prison, and as well as just like audit and gauge the response of the prison guards on what they would do to having two people out there filming at night. And the first vantage point was where we took most of the photos from. Got some really cool ones. Got to experiment with longer exposures and wider apertures and smaller apertures and just like fish eyes and micros and macros, and just a lot of fun for me to do. And then we moved on down to the like the main area of the prison, and we photographed down there for a little while, did a little bit of filming, and then eventually we were approached by one of the one of the guards for the prison, who told us that it was a prison law that no filming was allowed outside the prison.
Am I committing a crime?
I didn't say you were committing a crime, but you're not allowed to be recording.
Well, is it a law that says that, or is it like a prison rule?
It's a prison law. Prison law. Prison law.
So I pretty much told him that if it wasn't a real law, then I was just going to continue to work on my art project, and he could eat a dick.
Yeah, I remember at one point they actually said that, that it wasn't safe for us to be there because there were inmates wandering around at night.
We have inmates out, it's not wise right now.
I mean, I guess, inmates get a pass. They can, go into town and drink at the bar or whatnot, or wander around in the fruit trees or whatever. I mean, I didn't really understand that.
I don't know. They weren't expecting anybody to, give them any, recourse, any deed. They weren't expecting us to be defensive about them telling us to leave. And, so when we told them that it was okay for us to be outside filming and that we were just in public and everything in public was subject to being photographed, they just made some bullshit up in the hopes that it would be enough. But the only problem was they weren't quick-witted enough to come to logical conclusions. They just made random bullshit up on the spot, and it was more just hilarious and just showed just how small-minded these guys really are, that they can't even create logical reasons for people not to be hanging around outside of a prison in the middle of the night.
And of course they threatened to call the police on us.
Well, how about this? I'll just call the local PD and have them come out here and have
Sir.
them deal with it. I'm asking to leave. If not, I'll go call local police department or the sheriff and have them come out and talk to you.
We have to call Highway Patrol. I hate to call Highway Patrol, so just go.
Which never happened. I think from the first time they made contact with us to the time that we actually got in the car and left, not because they told us we had to leave, just because we were finished with what we were doing, that must have been about, 20 minutes? Or maybe it was even longer than that. It was an elapsed period of time, and not once did the sheriffs or the highway patrol or any form of law enforcement show up. Just this outside mobile patrol from the Department of Corrections. And then he actually followed us for a period of time, because we had actually parked way down the road from where the prison was, and he followed us all the way to our car.
I mean, he's following us. Isn't that considered stalking or something? Oh yeah, he's definitely following us.
He was kind of a creepy dude in general. He wasn't really wearing a uniform. He was just driving in a white truck, and
No markings.
he never really wanted to say too much other than, you guys need to leave.
You guys need to go somewhere else. Just go away from the prison, down away from the prison. You shouldn't be here. Go somewhere else.
Obviously he didn't want us there because we were just filming the prison. He wasn't a fan of that, and he probably felt like it was like a threat to the prison security or some other random bullshit. And when we confronted him, he would just drive away.
Oh, you don't have anything you want me to say?
At one point, we actually drove by him, and you know, didn't get. I don't know. What did he say?
He just kept saying things like, "You need to leave." He wouldn't actually give us any reason.
Do you follow everybody around that's walking?
You need to go.
It didn't really make any sense. Like, if his whole issue was like with us being there, you'd think that he would have wanted to stick around a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, what it comes down to is if we were really breaking the law, cops would have been there, we would have been in handcuffs, and that would have been the end of the video. But we weren't. They were just trying to intimidate us, and they didn't realize that they were dealing with people that actually know their rights. Instead, they, you know, probably thought they could treat us the way they treat, you know, the inmates in the prison that they watch over. So, I don't know, Brian. I mean, I think CDCR failed this
Most
audit.
definitely.
So, anyways,
Now I just want to go back like once a month and just fuck with that guy in the middle of the night with my camera.
yeah, I think we'll have to do this, what are you saying, a month from now?
Sure.
All right. So, so we're going to consider this a fail at Department of Corrections, Valley State Prison failed this audit. And we'll give them another chance to redeem themselves in about a month. But in the meantime, check out my Nasty Nathaniel YouTube channel. That's Nasty Nathaniel IAL, not IEL. And you can watch some of Ryan's videos at Free Fresno and his Brian David Sumner YouTube channel. So, happy trails.